Right, morning ladies and gents, welcome to Wednesday morning. It's the 1st of October and it's a bit of a grey, miserable, horrible day, but hey, I've just come up to try and fit a gate in for the owner of this land to get into the neighbour's land. I won't show you the rest of his place, but I do the baling of hay on this place. I've done the last couple of years, but this year he talked to his new neighbour because this bit of land's been sold. And talked to this neighbour about getting some hay for this guy's horses. And I ended up getting, that was when the mower broke. I was supposed to mow it, turn it, bale it, the lot. Mower broke and I wanted round bales, so I got my mate to do most of it, and I just baled a couple of 100 bales from with little John Deere 456A. So yeah, basically what I've got to do is dig an hole and drop a post in. I think there might be a return post to go in as well. Shouldn't be too hard. It is miserable and wet and horrible, so I've got me, they're actually walking trousers, but actually quite a nice waterproof, well they used to be anyway, like usual they all fade, but like Gore-Tex type stuff. So anyway, I'm kind of half ready for it, and yeah, just need to dig 2 holes. Right, I'm going to try and talk over the radio, even it's the advert, but yeah, I managed to get the truck radio on, so that's quite nice just to have a bit of music behind us. Nothing particularly special today, nose post knocking out. I'm just going to dig an hole and drop that back into where it was before, which is somewhere up here. And then, in theory, that should fit the gate. I'm just going to measure up beforehand and just make sure it's actually the right posting gate. I think that was actually one he had down there. I took out for him. It was in concrete, so we'll see. Anyway, we'll get cracked on. Right, we're getting somewhere. Holes about dug. I'm just trying to find out how this level is, because you won't be able to tell on camera, but there's a big hollow down there for whatever reason. I think there's horses stood in there from this side. But one thing I've forgotten is a level, which doesn't really help. So I've just rung Bossman's sister, because the estate's only like a mile down that way, mile and a half. And now she's coming up anyway, so she's going to drop us a spirit level off, which will help. I'll just put a rail on it, because I need to level that up something like, and then just measure down and see where the land actually is, which then determine how far up or down that post needs to be in the ground. The clay that's coming out of it's just horrendous. That's all the way down. We're nearly 3 foot down, about 2.5 foot at the moment. But that stuff is absolutely, I can't even break off the corners. It's just, it's ridiculous. So that's going to be fun putting back in. There is some nicer stuff in there at the bottom, so I'll chuck that in first and then get the bottom of the post secure. Then top bit, I'll put the rubbishy stuff around the back where it doesn't matter too much, and all the good stuff at front, so it packs well at front, because there's only one way this gate's going to go, and that's that way. So yeah, it could be fun. No, I'm not going to concrete it, because, well, it's a pain in the arse in the future. In fact, that one was concreted in. You can see it's a pain in the arse in the future to try and move them, change and replace them. This gate's not going to get used very often anyway, so right, just a little bit of fast forwarding, because I was getting slightly annoyed. The gate was so, I hadn't realised as well, when they've put the hinges in, they made it self-closing, so you can't just slot it straight down, you have to kind of slot the hinge pins in an angle. Anyway, she's in, return post is in as well. It's not far off level, so if it's going to change. It's a little bit droopy downy, but I'm not too worried. There is plenty of adjustment down here if I want to pick that end up a little bit, it's fine. I have set this catch so that, I'll show you, it actually hits and then lifts up, if you can see that. There's a bit there, so it actually hits there and then lifts up. So basically I'll let that post set a little bit more, let all the soil settle down a bit more, and the weight spread between that post and that post. I've also cocked over that little peg, I don't know how you'll see it, it's kinked over, so if everything settles down and sorts itself out, they can rotate it back around and set it where they want it, to be honest. I say I'm up here doing jobs for them anyway, so it's only a 2-minute job just to have a quick play with the gate and set it. Say down here it's pretty much field level through to that side. There's actually a drop here. I don't know what you'll actually see, but and then there's clear daylight under here. so there's a good 4.5 inches of difference between that height there and that one there. But anyway, horses aren't going to get through that. The alpacas or llamas or whatever they are, ain't going to get through that, so they'll be fine. And I say I don't know how long it's going to be in for. Nobody does. So right, so that's that done. That clasp should go through there just for added fun. And then I'm going to set on with doing this bit of fencing. I think we have to cut that wire, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll do that bit of fencing. Which shouldn't be too bad. Right, she's finished. So that'll do for down here. I have adjusted that. I have adjusted this gate again. It's now pretty much level across its top, but it doesn't really mean much because the gates bend and twist and do all sorts. Same again, it's just dragging on the bottom of that, which means if it does drop, there's still adjustment in the bottom foot to push it out. Yeah, not too bad. Just could do with a drop in them posts about another 6 inches, but working with what I've got. So right, got some straw to drop off now. Right, just popped down to do a bit of trimming on this hedge. This was the hedge I did last year and absolutely destroyed it. It was about 12 foot high last time, and now it's like 5 foot. So I'm trying to concentrate on 3 things, I can't quite do it. So yeah, just come down to do a quick trim on it again. Because I know last time I put the video up of us smashing this back, or me smashing this back, there's a few thumbs down on it, which is usually the people that don't quite understand what we're trying to do. So anyway, yeah, back again, just taking, there's almost 3 foot on top of some of this, but it's done well. So yeah, just run the top off it, and then I'll go back over and do a nice pass. I've got to do another second pass because I'm not quite far enough over with the one head, and other side's been drilled, so I can't go and flail that bit yet. So yeah, steady away. Right, so I've just braid back the hedge. It's there, and well, that one's done. I don't know, you're actually going to see it, to be fair, but it's not too badly done. My flails need turning around because they're braiding the back of the, well, braiding the plant from the back, if that makes sense. Guys that do it kind of understand what I mean. But yeah, that one's braided back down again, so nice and tidy. So unfortunately the twin of this hedge is been drilled both sides, so I can't get to it. Again, my hedge grade is not brilliant yet. I'm still learning, so there are a few little bumps and bumps in it, but I think Farah will be happy enough anyway. As long as landowner doesn't say anything to him, it'll be fine. Yeah, there are a few little bumps and bumps, but yeah, it's not too bad. Blind man, a big place to see it. So it's that way down. Well, our windows are filthy, but yeah. Oh yeah, as good as I can get. Right, gonna head home because I'm well, running out of diesel, and I didn't actually grease the hedge cutter up today, so yeah, a bit naughty. But right, I just had a quick walk up here just to see what's happening with weather, because those poplars aren't in great shape, and there's an oak over there, it's not in great shape, but they're still stood. But that says it all. Poor Chili, stood there, head down, backside set wind in the rain, and even our show jumps have fallen over this morning, fallen over, blown over. So yeah, it's a pretty miserable day, to be fair. It's just started raining as well. We're going to have a bad winter again. I'm hoping not, because we've got enough grass. Hey, the joys, eh? Right, so just come to the hedge cutter, and what I do every night is I take the battery off, just in case anything happens. So I just disconnect the leads from it. But one thing I've just found this morning, which I'm sure wasn't there the other day, was him. I don't know why it's there, but that's not a sign of things to come. Anyway, yeah, electric's back on, so I can start it, and then we'll have a look at this. Right, so I brought this into here, a bit more space, and it's not too cold and windy. The problem is the light's not very good. So I did spin all these round the other day. Don't know if you'll... don't know if it shows actually, but they seemed a bit longer on one side than the other. So I spun them round, and it was also, as I come round though, the back edge was longer, so it was actually splaying out the hedge, the cut bits. So anyway, I've spun them all over. Oops, marked them all up that I'd spun them so that these track. But talking to a mate of mine, I think I've tightened these too much. He said they should be free moving like that. He said also they should be able to put a spanner on and just about turn the bolt, so it's not completely not clamped tight. Which, if I get a spanner, I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but yeah, they're not doing it. So I've also got a couple that are fairly tight as well. Like that one won't move. There's a couple on the outside edges that are a bit. Another one. So I'm just going to crack most of these off and just free them a little bit. He said to me that the worst thing you could do is over tighten them, and then they snap the bolt and fly off, rather than just like snapping down here. And I do not want to lose any of these flails. It's one of my kind of makes me a bit wary about them. We did a lot of grass cutting. Story time. Did a lot of grass cutting for Bradford Council a few years ago with my mate, and he used to be on mower, on tractor, little Carrera compact, like 90 horse. It was a right beast with reverse drive on it and flail back. And he hit a golf ball, and when you see a golf ball go from like here to way over the other side of that building, it kind of reminds you how much power these flails have got in them. Granted, it is a golf ball, but yeah, it flew. In fact, it flew towards a building site as well. There's nobody there, luckily, but yeah, happy days. Right, I'm going to get this done anyway. Right, my camera's not enjoying this light, but here. So yeah, I've just been down that track down here. I've actually double marked them. But yeah, I've just loosened a load of them and tightened them back up, and they are actually now free spinning, nicer than they were before. I think I was about half a turn too much of them. I'm not going to be able to do it now, but I can just about get a spanner on them at the top and make the bolt spin. I've got another one sat on there on the next wheel. I can make just about turn the bolt, which I think is just about right. So there is a spring washer in these, so in theory the bolt shouldn't come loose, but yeah, we'll see. Right, let's see if this works. So this is one that's lock solid, it doesn't swing. So put my longer bar one on, jam it against the roller. It's an inch, 2 foot bar, whatever it is, I can't remember. Crack it off. Go right round. And then all I'm doing is going back and tightening it with spanners. So I'm trying to hold this one kind of at the same distance as over with that one, and just nip them tight. Now she spins. So as I say, if you get two, you should just be able to get the bolt turned. So nice and simple, not too bad. Right, I'm just going down to the end of our winter field, just give this a try. Fairly sure it's about right where the flail should be, but I'll do an hour or so and I can recheck the bolts and just double check. As I say, my theories of a flail disappearing off into the blue yonder, but not just disappearing, hitting something. So need to make sure I get it right, and yeah, being over tight and snapping the bolt is not exactly what I want either. Just come down here. I decided with my mate about doing this hedge here because I did the other one across there the other day. Don't know how you'll see. On that side, he's actually run up with my flail mower, and that side he hasn't. So it's done a bit of a job on that side. It's not impressive like, but you can see how much it's taken off. It's taken about 18 inches off, like 5 centimetres from that side, so I'll keep it in check till I come around next year to hedge cut it. I didn't realise it was happy for me to go on turnips, so stubble turnips, so I'm just going to knock this one out while everything's running and everything's warm and it's a miserable day outside. I'll admit, it's quite nice being in this cab, but it's crappy out there. So yeah, should only take me an hour or so, hopefully. Right, that's this one done. Yeah, again, I'm not the best hedge code person in the world, but it's somewhat like. There is a bit of rubbish sticking up on the other side because it's not. I haven't put the head over the other side and done like a shaving pass. But since there's a half a crop in here, it is tacky at rest. I'd obviously going to trample the ground down too hard, so it ain't going to make any difference. You won't see it next year. I've also not done like a real tight bottom cut either, because talking to my mate, he reckons that the deer are coming out and eating bottom of the hedge. And there's nothing really there to cut, so I was like, well, forget it this year. I'll run down it next year. It's not the end of the world. But, yeah. Right, back to the ad and then a cup of tea, I think. Right, so just in process of doing deliveries. Got back parts there, bales there, onto trailers, and straws there as well. So simple enough. And little Autumn's come out to see us. I don't know where she was. But yeah, that's all we do for what we call deliveries. So the girls write on a sheet of paper with a name on it, or the horse's name on it, or both. And then either myself or usually Boss's sister helps us, and we just take bales out as we need them. So there's one on the yard there and one on the yard on the far side of the arena. But simple enough, like. It just means, I was talking about this to somebody else actually. Big bales don't really work in our place, and we've always gone the process of people buy their hay and the straw or the shavings, bedding, whatever, in little bales, because putting big bales out is just a nightmare, because everybody argues. Well, there's usually one person that takes more than the other person, and the arguments start. Whereas if you buy your own hay and you put it in your tack room, that's yours, and you know how much you're using the rest of it, and you can't argue. So yeah, that's our reason behind doing it. It seems to work. It's just a bit more effort for, well, us. But hey ho.